Now, one of the things that it's my privilege to do is to present an award tonight. And this is our 5-year service ring. At RTM, we give, after 5 years of service, we give a ring, and it has a green stone in it here for the people who've grown up in the RTM side of the business, and it has the RTM logo on it. This one has the Arby's logo on one side, since that's where she spent the first 5 years of her life with us. You know, 5 years ago, or maybe 4.5 now, Ray Biondi made a trip to Alabama, and he came back and he says, "You have to meet this girl over here." And I said, "Okay, what's her name?" "Jennifer Dodd." "All right." So on my next trip over, I think it was, or maybe she came to Atlanta, I'm not sure, I met her. And she's one of those people that in the first 30 seconds is like, holy smoke, she blows you over, right? Well, she was that way when she was younger, just as much as she is now. And it's been my privilege and our privilege as a company to watch her grow. You talk about perseverance, and I mentioned a little bit ago, her commitment to perseverance is unbelievable. But along with that, she couples that great love for people. And that's what makes her the star she is. And I want to say, Jennifer, thanks for 5 great years. Jennifer Dodd.
I'm so glad that we had this opportunity tonight to share in this time together and to reflect on our accomplishments of the last 100 days. And when you think about what we've accomplished in such a short period of time, it's pretty incredible. I mean, we've only had a little over 14 weeks. But in that 14 weeks, we've achieved $11 million in sales. We've improved our negative sales trend by almost 6%. And like David said, we've had 2 weeks in a row of positive sales increase. We've made $166,000 in profits. You guys have improved our unit staffing to a 95% staffing rate. And we've rolled a new menu, which was a lot of work by everybody, and we've completed our first 2 spruce-up units. So we have achieved some pretty phenomenal results, and you guys ought to be very proud of yourselves, because I'm sure proud of you. But at every annual meeting, it's a time to look at the results that we had in the previous year, but then to resolve to raise that bar. To look at those results and set goals and be determined to beat those goals in the new year. So in the 1995-96 year, the RTM Shoney's team is going to achieve $55 million in sales. That's going to be a 7% sales increase for us, and we're going to raise our average unit volume to $1,310,000. And we're going to make $250,000 in profits. But our 2 most important goals are people goals. Number 1 goal, to see each member of our management team grow and achieve greater personal success than they've ever seen in their life. To raise the bar in your personal growth higher than you ever dreamed possible. 2, to become a true RTM Shoney's team. A team in every sense of the word, not just because we work for the same company or because the same guy signs our paychecks, because we're a true team. People are our greatest asset, right? So let's take a couple of minutes and talk about those 2 goals. First, to achieve great personal success, to raise the bar in your personal growth. Many of you have been talking to me on break. The ones who received awards tonight are real excited. And even if you did, you're setting goals for next year's awards. The ones who even didn't are excited because you told me, hey, I'm looking in that program. I'm winning this award next year. Maybe you decided you want to be the manager of the year next year. $3,000 looks pretty good. Maybe you decide you want to have the highest sales increase unit. There's some area supervisors here tonight who decided they want to be a director of operations by this time next year and be up on this stage presenting awards to their team. But can you do it? Can you walk out those doors tonight and walk back in here next year a winner? Can you? Sure you can. What is it that separates the winners from the losers? What is it that separates the successful people from the non-successful people? Why is it that some people live out all their goals and their dreams and their aspirations while other people just watch life pass them by? And I've put a lot of thought into that, and I've determined that there are 3 keys to success. I think all of you have a keychain in front of you that was placed there at the beginning of the evening. And it says those 3 keys on there. It says vision, attitude, and fire. So you see, I know that you can walk out those doors tonight and you can walk back in here next year a winner because you have those 3 keys within you. They come from here, and from here. Your head, your heart, and your belly, your gut. From your head, you've got your vision. What's your vision? It's a clear-cut view of exactly where you want to be in your life. Your vision should be so clear that you can see it, feel it, smell it. Everything within you should just know that you know where you're going. When people pass you on the street, they ought to say, hey, he or she knows where she's going. And when they get there, there's not going to be a doubt that they've arrived. Your vision is not your dreams, and it's not your wishes, and it's not really even your goals. Once you have a goal, you have to write that goal down. You have to determine exactly what is it that you want out of your life. When are you going to get there? What talents, what skills do you need to learn and possess in order to reach those goals? What people do you need to surround yourself with that can help you reach those goals? And what's it going to feel like when you reach that place that you're heading towards? And what happens if it doesn't feel right? Then how do you redirect? You see, every single day when you get up and you go to work, you're climbing a ladder. And you hope and you pray that it's the ladder of success. But the key is when you get to the top of that ladder, are you going to be leaning against the right wall? It's not going to happen unless your vision is real clear. The second key comes from your heart, and that's your attitude. A self-confident attitude is the most important asset that a person can possess, right? And your attitudes are nothing more than habits of thought. And habits can be acquired and learned. Your attitude, not your aptitude, is the chief determinant of your success. And my goodness, if attitude is that powerful, then how in the world can anybody ever have a poor attitude, right? Your attitude towards life determines life's attitude towards you. You can only get back what you put out. So if you're cheerful and expectant every day and just happy to be able to experience this miracle called life, then the world is cheerful and expectant back towards you. Successful people, they come in all shapes and sizes. They have different backgrounds, different nationalities, different education, different talents and different skills, but there is one thing about their attitude that they all have in common. They expect more good out of life than they do bad, and they get it. They expect to succeed more often than they fail, and they do. In January of 1995, I got a New Year's note from Ray Biondi. At the bottom of that note, it said, "To Jennifer Dodd, the first female vice president of operations for RTM from the senior vice president of operations. Don't stop now. Make this your best year ever." I had set a goal a long time ago to become the first female vice president of operations for RTM, and Russ and Ray and everybody around me knew that. And it was a goal that I had, and I was making plans. But when that note came in my hand, it became more than a goal. It became an attitude. I made copies of that note. It was on my mirror at home. It was on my refrigerator. It was in my office. It was in my binder. I looked at that note 3 or 4 times a day, and every time I did, my attitude got better and better and better. And in April, we acquired the Shoney's team, the Shoney's Group. I forgot about the note. By June of this year, I found the note, and I went to Ray and I said, "Ray, I'd forgotten about this. Did you know at the time that you wrote this note to me that this acquisition was on the horizon?" He said, "No, Jennifer, I didn't have a clue. Not a clue." He said, "But I knew that you were determined to make it happen." And I can tell you that my attitude changed in January. I did become the first female vice president of operations. Expect more good out of life than you do bad, and you'll get it. Expect to succeed more often than you fail, and you will. You've got to have a positive mental attitude. The third key comes from your belly, your gut, and that's the fire in your belly. You say, "What's the fire in your belly?" Well, recruiters ask me that all the time. They say, "Jennifer, what's the number one thing you're looking for in a superstar that joins your team?" And I say, "Well, the number one thing I'm looking for is a fire in their belly, a fire that's burning so high that I can see it flickering in their eyes." What's the fire in your belly? It is that burning desire that wells up within you every time you think about those goals. That fire should be so high that you can't sit in your seat. You got it. When you think about it, you got to get up and run that race with all of your might because you have to. This thing is driving you from the inside out. Who lights your fire? You light your fire. Nobody can light that fire but you. People can give you some wood. They can give you kindling. They can throw you a few sparks here and there, but nobody can light that fire and keep that fire burning but you. We're very lucky to work for this company, RTM, a company that was founded on goal setting and that teaches us every day to achieve greater personal successes than we've ever seen. You hear a lot about writing your affirmations, setting your goals, reading positive books, listening to motivational tapes. But if you're not doing those things every single day, then you're not growing yourself as hard as you can grow it. And you know what? It could be kind of scary because there are people all around us whose fires are just now lighting. And they're hungry and they're feeding that fire as hard as they can feed it. And if you and I don't work hard and keep up, then they're going to pass us by. We can't let that happen. You got to keep that fire burning. You got to keep it burning hot. Vision, attitude, fire. The three keys that are going to get you to greater personal growth, greater personal success than you've ever seen, than you've ever felt in your life. Our second people goal, to create the RTM Shoney's team. A team that has the same visions, has the same dreams, that thinks alike, and that works every day towards the same goals. What do you think about being the RTM Shoney's team? And what are the benefits of building that type of teamwork? What does the RTM Shoney's team mean to you? Well, I asked you that question recently, and here's what you said.
The goal for me this year as far as teamwork and bringing everybody together is just showing one what's important, stay focused on it, and they can do it.
The main thing, I think, it's the communication. Communication is the main, I believe, topic for teamwork. Because if you can ask for help, you will receive it at the same time.
Anytime they have a problem, I am beside them, I care about them, and they know real well our objective to give the best service to the customer to get them back.
When you're working as a team, you know, everybody feels it, especially when you go out into the community, you're happy to say, well, I work for Shoney's, and you don't feel bad about it. Sometimes you'll work for a company and you won't really tell them where you work. Shoney. You know, you don't want to tell them, but if you're all on the team and you're happy with what you're doing, producing good team effort, you get good quality and everybody's happy to say where you work.
Everybody is working together, thinking on the same level.
Teamwork to me means doing everything you can do and beyond what you can do. Staying in through, you know, the many hours, the many days, whatever it takes, and making sure that the results happen.
It's very important to let the people know, your people know, that you care about them and that you're on their level, not above them.
Being a team to me is working together to achieve common goals within the restaurant.
I think being a team member is knowing when to approach and where to jump in, and definitely asking questions.
It's like we put so many long hours there, it would be like a really family, working with each other, and our job is to satisfy the customers, and that's really, customers can feel that.
You gather your people, your troops around you, and they start moving in one direction, and things become easier, things become more clear, and you know, it's easier to get to the goal line.
Teamwork is the same thing as my goal on the outside, is helping people and bringing people together and unite as one.
Everybody's got to, you know, help each other, because there's going to be times when each area is going to be at a weaker point, and therefore, you know, we have to pull together as a team to pull that area through and to take care of the customer.
Being part of a team is great because you have people that are more experienced that you can ask for help, and you have people that are less experienced that you can give help to. And there's always someone you can talk to, you know, different opinion, different state of mind. You're constantly learning.
An industrial machine that's working with little tools and it all works together like a clock, and one helping the other getting the result done.
Well, teamwork means being able to get everybody involved and buy into what we're trying to accomplish. And really, without teamwork, you're not going to be successful. One person, two people, one store, two stores can't do it all. It takes a combination of all and everyone working together to be successful. And teamwork is the only way that you're going to be successful.
I want to read something to you. I got a book recently from Ross Umfenauer, and it's by Michael Jordan. It's called On the Pursuit of Excellence, and this is out of the teamwork chapter of that book. It says, naturally, there are going to be ups and downs.